import of sand, and then through granite issues like we have lots of natural resources. And if you straightforwardly administer those natural resources, you will get nearly 1,60,000 crores non-tax revenues. And by good governance of these corporations, you could get a revenue of nearly 24,000 crores, which for us it comes to, and little addition here and there, nearly about 2 lakh. Tamil Nadu is today in a debt of 14.5 lakh crores. And there are two components in that. This year we have another 40 days to go for this year's financial year. So the total debt this year is going to be 8 lakhs and 47,000 crores. And the corporations like the EB department, the transport department and all the corporations, their debts is nearly 5 lakh 10,000 crores. And approximately it's about 14.5 lakh crores debts, for which Tamil Nadu government is paying, and every month of a year they pay the dues of nearly about 1 lakh 10,000 crores. So all these we have mentioned and told how to do this, and each department what to do. In our budget, the highest allocation was for education. We allotted about 1,25,000 crores for education. For agriculture is about 80,000 crores. For health is 48,000 crores. That is about 1.5% of the GSDP. So this is a very good document which we have given, and in fact most of the officers, after we release our budget, they demand our documents and they see, yes, there's lots of good things which could be replicated in the real budget of Tamil Nadu. We are happy that way to contribute. And also some of our policies, here we have taken policies like for prohibition policy, for climate policies, for climate change and how to go about renewable energy policies. And then the old pension for the government officials, like all these as a policies we have taken, and so it is a healthy way of democracy whereby 22 years we have been releasing our draft shadow budget, but I am confident after 2 years we'll be doing the real budget in Tamil Nadu's assembly. So I am very confident that way.
Also,
so let us see, hopefully.
You also pointed about the caste census thing when this is going to be taken. Where you also compared this with the Bihar, which they have taken after the law. Please elaborate.
Yes, see, Tamil Nadu government in the governor's address recently has said that Tamil Nadu is not in a position to take caste census, and they've asked the central government to take a caste census. See, our request is not a caste census. We want a caste survey done. So there is a difference between a caste census and a survey. Bihar government did a caste survey under the Indian Statistical Act 2008. Even a local body, a panchayat president, has the power to do a caste survey. Not even a caste survey, any survey. Economic survey, environmental survey, caste survey under the Indian Statistical Act. So Bihar government has done the same under the Indian Statistical Act 2008. They have done a caste survey. They have elicited 19 components like housing or bathrooms or government jobs, all these things, right? And then they have increased the reservation from 60% to 75%. And also they have elicited, when they got this data, they found that nearly 94 lakh families had a salary of less than 6,000 a month. And for those 94 lakh families, they had announced 2 lakh rupees as a loan, not a loan, as a subsidy for them to start and any issues like any projects like, so that it will help them as a family. So this is what we are asking Tamil Nadu government to do. The last caste census was done in 1931 by the British people. It's 93 years. And today, reservation in India has been given only on caste basis, not on religion basis, not on state basis, not on linguistic basis. It's only on caste basis. So you need to get the latest data on caste. Yes. And what happened in the 93 years? Well, which community has evolved, which community has been it has gone down. So we need scientific data, and with the data we could do more schemes, welfare schemes or reservations or other micro level schemes could be done, like what they did in PR. That is what we are asking, and it's unfortunate that the chief minister is shying away from the responsibility, saying that the central government has to do. If Kalanger was the chief minister today, he would have done it. And I don't know why chief minister is scared of taking a caste survey. And they talk about social justice on the platforms, but they don't implement social justice here in Tamil Nadu. And this is the base for social justice. It's very unfortunate that the DMK has taken a stand like this. And Bihar has done it. Now Andhra is doing it. Karnataka has already done it. Orissa is doing it. Telangana is also going to announce shortly. If all these states could do, why can't Tamil Nadu do?
And the part of one nation, one election, we have also given a recommendation to the committee, the PMK stand.
See, regarding one nation, one election, the concept is a good concept because every 6 months we have some election somewhere in the country. And it's a waste of time, money, people, resources, all these things. Right? We had 4 elections in India, independent India, where we had the state and the central government elections. Till 67, we had it at one point of time. But then after that, Indira Gandhi dismissed a lot of some states, and then it went haywire after that. The concept is good, but there are some apprehensions. What will happen if a government falls? For example, if a state government falls within 1 year, what is going to happen in the next 4 years? Whether they're going to have governor rule. Governor rule can be only extended for 3 years, not more than that. And then what happens 1 more year? Or if they'll be holding an election in the second year, and the tenure for the government will be 4 years or 5 years. So these apprehensions are there. And what happens if the central government falls? In the second year, the central government falls for argument's sake. And then what will happen in the next 3 years? Whether if there's an election in the central government, whether there'll be election on with all the states, going to be simultaneous elections. So all these apprehensions are there. Like, that is one part of it. Like. And our suggestions, we have given 2 suggestions. Like have a proportional representation, where like there are 82 countries in the world which has a proportional representation, concepted elections. Like people don't vote for the candidate, they vote for the party. And whichever party has got so many percentage, they get so much percentage of seats, MLAs and MPs in the assembly as well as in the parliament. And that is a very healthy system, where you don't see frequent fall of any governments. You don't see any horse trading. You don't see any by-election as well. So the party has a responsibility to change a candidate or elect a representative if he dies or something like that. All these things. And that module is required for the country. That will help every party getting representation. Example, PMK got 6% votes. In 2016, PM got 6% votes. Tamil Nadu votes. We didn't get even one MLA. A party garnering 6% votes, not getting one MLA. A party getting 22% votes, they are getting about 50 MLAs. So that's an unfair system. So this will bring out, it will be equity and parity in the system, and like some parties can cobble up and form an alliance. So there's not going to be instability, won't be there in the states. We have had in Europe many countries having the same system, and they're doing fantastic. The second suggestion which we have requested them is like have a national election this year, and then have all the state elections after 2.5 years. Then after 2.5 years have the national election. Then after 2.5 years have all the state elections. Don't combine the state and the national election together. Why? Because if there's a national and state election together, the predominance will be for the national. And the national parties will have the advantage. State parties will have big disadvantage. And then, if the election happens together, the national issues will be predominant. State issues will be sidelined. So you have a national election separately, then you have a state election for all the assemblies together. Then the local state parties will have a dominance. Plus, the state issues will be addressed. And not only the state assembly election, have the local body election along with the state assembly. So this way, it's like what happened with the US. They have every 2 years they have elections. So like that have it here.
One final question on the protesting farmers there in Delhi who just protested. There's been a tear gas against them and some violence has been also happening.
Yes, we have seen this. I think about a year ago, what happened there. See, the farmers' issues are, in fact, their demands are justified. Their demands are real. Their demands are justified. One of the main demand is the MSP, and MSP is something where I can relate to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, 1 quintal of paddy is procured for 2,160 rupees. Whereas the cost of, growing 1 quintal of paddy is about 1,989 rupees according to Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. So what the farmer gets basically is 150 rupees a quintal. Quintal is 100 kilos. So with 150 rupees per quintal, what can he do? Farming is always it's a huge loss. And so you have to increase the MSP. And if sugarcane is the same. Tamil Nadu sugarcane, they are doing it for 2,850 rupees per ton. Whereas in Haryana, they are doing it for 3,850 rupees. 1,000 rupees more they give. Haryana is giving more, Punjab is giving more. Tamil Nadu, the problem is they are not bothered about farmers' issues there. So at the national level also, farmers' justified demands should be met. There should be talks should be held with them, and there shouldn't be any tear gassing or any violence against farmers. And farmers also should not create any issues there. Should be amicably, it should be settled.
Thank you.
Thank you.